I think that they missed the opportunity to say, you know what, let's get a couple of signings to try and push for Europe.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, if you stand still, other teams will go past you. And I mean, a couple of seasons ago, you might not have said that Villa would finish ahead of Brentford, but right now,
what was that, game week 7 that was, yeah, not quite, well we're nowhere near halfway through the season, but we're going to do our team of the season so far, and each person there is going to choose two players to fill out our team, and then somehow we'll agree on a goalkeeper. So seeing as we're going to start with our guest Slammer, he needs a striker, but you can choose any position on the pitch to start with your player that has stood out so far this season.
I'm going to start with striker because I'm a striker. Yeah. So you said choose 2 players?
No, choose one now, and then you'll choose that one.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You know, I'm going to go with Nunes.
Nunes, yeah. So you've taken a striker as well, Nunes, yeah. And your reason for choosing Nunes?
Because I think this season is going to be a good season for him. Mm-hmm. You know, based on last season, he didn't quite find his form, but I think now he's going to be a bit of a problem.
Elite, you give us a position.
Is it a striker? Or
anyone.
Okay. I'm going to go with, I know they've lost a few games, but I'm going to go with Neto, that we spoke earlier, man. I think the guy individually, I know his team hasn't played so great apart from last weekend. Yeah, his speed and his skill crazy, man.
So I think Neto up top, right? Nunes up top and Neto up right, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, nice.
Jared Bowen, man.
Bowen.
Yeah. I'll put Neto on the left and Bowen on the right.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so we're going to put Bowen out that side there. So is that our front three?
I can't see past Bowen right now.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to jump to the defence. I'm going to go with, might raise a few eyebrows with this one, but I'm going to go with Matty Cash.
Matty Cash?
Yeah. If you've seen this guy this season, in these 7 games, he's probably had the most shots for a defender, probably scored the most goals for a defender, and his assist rate at the minute as well. Matty Cash has been bombing up and down that right hand side. And I'm an Arsenal fan, and I think Ben White does not get enough credit, or is not rated enough, and not picked for England either. But Matty Cash, for Villa, against the teams they've been doing it against, and his consistency, I'm going to shout Matty Cash for right back. So back to you, Slammer.
Yeah. So centre backs, there's been a few contenders. I'm not being biased, but
Saliba.
Class.
Rolls-Royce.
He's good. Saliba's good guy.
Yeah. You know, Saliba for me, you know, he's got all the attributes.
I think he's the best centre back in the
strong. He's quick. He can read the game. You know, he's good at reading the game. And he just looks so comfortable. It's just like he's been playing for many years. You know, at the highest level. So I'd say Saliba for one of the centre backs.
Based on yesterday's performance, I want to go with Matip. I'm joking. I'm joking, guys. No, you know what I like? And based on form and team, Van der Ven for Tottenham, that left centre back. He's fast, man. He's quick, and they ain't been conceding goals. You know what I mean? So he's coming this season, so he must have a part to play within.
And I agree. You know what?
Yeah, it's good.
I was actually going to shout him. I didn't want to, so I'm actually glad you took that from me. But I noticed him again yesterday playing against Liverpool.
Lightning.
You know, his positioning was good, and I said to my son, I said, where's Dyer?
Yeah,
I don't know if Dyer's on the bench or anywhere, but my man has just come and taken Dyer's place.
I think he's with the under-18s.
He might be, but well done to shout out. He's number 37 or some big number like that.
It's good.
Yeah, well done to him, man. Mark's World.
What, defender or
any position? I think I'm gonna
go with
the midfield spaces left as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Maddison, man. Maddison he's coming.
I heard Dan asked for this not to be North London bias.
I'm
here.
Can I just say that I'm with 3 Arsenal players,
No, it's not going to be biased.
No, it's not going to be biased. It's not going to be biased. It's not going to be biased.
You can't ignore Madison. Madison's good. He's turning up.
Good,
yeah. He's really good, man. So simple as that. He's been good.
Shout out Madison.
Madison and Son link up has been deadly this season.
All right, so we're back to defence again. I know you.
Van de Ven.
No, I know you was saying earlier on that he got ripped, yeah. But other than yesterday, Ake. Now, for me, bro, you know what?
Bro, you're lucky Neto's in the same team as him.
Yeah, but other than yesterday, yeah, Ake, he's on point. And what I like about Ake, I think he's effective in both ends of the pitch. You know, scoring.
He wasn't effective yesterday.
He wasn't yesterday, but his clearances are usually on point. He receives the ball off the goalkeeper. He always finds a nice pass out wide, and he sometimes gets on the end of free kicks as well. And I feel like Ake has come a long way since the days of Chelsea and being loaned out to the Dutch league and coming all the way back and playing for Bournemouth, and then now playing for City and can't be dropped or can be dropped because Pep can drop anyone. But yeah, man. So Ake. So we've got 2 more positions plus the goalkeeper. I'm going with Slammer. You can choose one of the 2.
I'm going to go goalkeepers.
Yeah, you can take the goalkeeper.
And there's a lot of contenders. I'm not going to go for this typical, Edison or Alisson, who are obviously outstanding keepers.
Yeah.
But I like the underdogs. I'm going to say it.
Who are you going to go with?
The Wolves.
Jose Sarr.
Yes,
bro.
He saved them yesterday.
He has.
Amazing.
He has
pulled off some worldies.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Good shout.
But who are you going to pick out of 3?
I'm going to go for the Wolves goal.
Yeah, man.
Shout out Sarr, man.
Yeah,
because he has been keeping, as much as Wolves have been losing games, he's been keeping the scoreline down and his distribution as well.
Yes.
That's a good shout. Yeah. So we've got 2 positions left. I feel like that's midfield and 1 midfielder and 1 striker left.
No, 2 midfielders.
Oh, 2 midfielders left.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm not. If I choose one, it's going to be an Arsenal player. So Elite, you choose one.
I know who I want to go with, and like I said, we're only basing it on the season so far. Kudos for West Ham. I think he's coming, got goals, they've been winning.
What position is Kudos again? Just remind me.
Midfield.
No, where in the mid? Centre?
I think centre midfield.
So now I've got to pick a winger. Cool, go on.
Yeah.
So Kudos is your...
Yeah, but I thought he was playing 4-3-3 because we done three attackers back.
Yeah, we've got wingers already.
Alright, so I just need 1 more. Alright, cool. Maxwell, you choose the last position.
Oh, the last midfielder, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to go with Rodri.
There's no because I did. In the moment, Maxwell will put up our team of the season so far. And we'll probably do another one in a few weeks just to see how things have been going. So yeah, man, big up all those players in our team of the season so far.
As a striker, sometimes you have your, kind of dry moments where you're not scoring, so people think that you're not playing well because you're not scoring.
You don't even know this. You see when you played, because I went with Kenny, innit? You went Leytonstone.
Yeah, that's right.
See when we played you, I want to keep it real, but I didn't even think your team was all that, but you had like about 3 man, but you was one of them man that was a problem.
Bro, this because I was like elevated in the whole football team, so my attitude towards education was I'm gonna be the next year, right?
Oh man, I've got the flip phone as well.
Looks even better on the phone.
Islam is a baller, bro. That's why he's here, I bought it. When we get a little team,
Okay. What's the kill?
Hey!
Light work.
Offside though.
Onside.
So we're gonna preview like the Champions League games that are coming up this week. Game week 2. So there's some interesting games. Like I think PSG got Newcastle.
Yeah, let's start with, if I can start. I want to shout out Zaha. Shout out Will. I don't know if anyone saw Wilf's goal yesterday.
I didn't see it. No.
Hey, check that out. Wilf's debut goal for Galatasaray.
Yeah.
It was his debut.
His first goal for Galatasaray. Hey, slaloming as he does, and then just slammed it into the roof of the net. Typical Wilf. And That's what Man United have got installed. Have got to face this week. This week when they play Galatasaray. Man U Galatasaray.
It's going to be a long night.
What do you think? How do you think that's going to go, Slammer? And what do you think of Man United's form so far?
What form?
Yeah, there you go. What form?
You know,
they've lost 4 of 7 Premier League games.
Yeah.
They lost their Champions League opener.
Yeah.
What form?
They're not the same United. Galatasaray, they've made some good signings as well this season. Wolfhead, Zaha. I'm surprised that no Premier League teams went in for him. Because he was on a free.
Well done for Will for taking up that challenge.
Yeah.
You know, going out to Turkey and you know, I'm not sure I would have because it seems hostile over there, especially playing for Galatasaray.
Yeah, it does.
And he said, "No, I've got this." You know, coming from South London, big him up, man.
Got a new challenge.
But I think the fans will like his style of play. You get me?
He's excited. He gets you on, you know.
In the Premier League, he was like in the Premier League at a lower level team. No disrespect to Crystal Palace, but he could have definitely been in a.
Well, he went to Manchester United, so that's what I should have said earlier. He went to Manchester United. So him playing against them, is there an added incentive to say, yo, you know what, you man missed out on me 10 years ago. You didn't get the real me.
I feel like though, at the time when he went to Man United, he was a lot younger, and I think like his personality at the time, you know, like
Trenton Ferguson's daughter.
No, it was David Moyes. David Moyes was the manager, and
Was it? No, it was Wolf.
let me finish. That was Ferguson's last signing.
Right, yeah.
And David Moyes was the manager that didn't give him a look in as such.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. So Galatasaray v Man U.
Yeah.
What do you
I'm, you know, I do fancy Galatasaray. I think they could upset Man United, you know, because the morale around Man United at the moment is very low. You know, Ten Hag has got a serious situation in his hand. You know, the whole Jadon Sancho thing. They've got a lot of injuries as well.
Yeah, they have got injuries.
A lot of players playing out of position as well. You know, so they've got all of, you know, those factors. Whereas Galatasaray are, you know, like I said, they've made some really good signings, and I feel they could upset United.
They're top of their league at the minute as well, and unbeaten. Galatasaray.
Unbeaten, so they're going to be up for it.
Well, were you going to go with what score?
I'll say 2-1 Galatasaray.
2-1 Galatasaray.
Your prediction, Ali?
Does Zaha score?
I'd like him to. I'd say I'll back Zaha.
I think 2-1. I think that's a fair shot, Slomo. 2-1.
Marks?
I could see Galatasaray, getting a 2-0 win.
I'm going to go 3-2 Galatasaray.
3-2.
So all of us have gone for Galatasaray.
Yeah.
And that's based on Man United's current form. You know, we're not going on old school Man U. We're going on this Man United, not the Carabao Cup Man United that turns up to win their Mickey Mouse trophy. Yeah, this is Champions League now, and so Galatasaray victory, we're going there. Same night we've got Lens, you know, France beat Arsenal, North London's Arsenal. Let's start with you, Elite, Mr. I don't support anyone. What do you think about that game there? What do we know about Lens? Lens, they're mid-table at the minute. I think they're about 13th. Arsenal third.
I think last season, respectfully, I think they overachieved. I think they overachieved. I don't think they'll beat Arsenal with Arsenal's current form. I can't see them. 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal. Scorers? Sorry.
Odegaard, man. I think Odegaard might get one.
Big player.
Odegaard, and I think Jesus, he ain't really been getting the goals as recent. I know he's had some time out, but it'd be nice to see him get a goal and start picking up that consistency again. So Jesus and Odegaard.
So 2-0 Arsenal. Alright, Mark's World?
I don't think it's going to be that easy, you know.
Alright.
I've got a feeling it's going to be, again, that a team that know what's coming with Arsenal, and they're going to sit back and wait for Arsenal to try and break them down. I could see this one being a draw, like a 1-1 draw or something like that.
Alright. Myself, I'm going to go 4-0 Arsenal. A bit optimistic, but I feel like Arsenal, they once they get in that final third, they're hitting the target. And if they do get in the final third enough, due to get at least 15, 20 shots on goal, you're getting 3-4 goals. 4-0 Arsenal for me.
4-0, okay. I'll probably go 3-0. 3-0 Arsenal. I feel, you know, because it's all eyes on us. You know, we are in good, you know, decent form at the moment, and being back in the Champions League, we've got that extra buzz,
Yeah, yeah.
surrounding us. And I feel that we're gonna, because we have to leave our statement. Everyone's like, look, you're back in the Champions League, but you're probably not gonna make it out of group stages or whatever the case is. Because people was.
No, I did say that. I did say how far are Arsenal going to get, But as the season's going on, I'm getting more and more excited.
You didn't predict that, PSV.
I didn't predict 4-0 against PSV.
No, I didn't. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was going to be.
But they were a sticky team for us in general.
Yeah, exactly. Because the season before they beat us, in Europa. So it's I thought they was going to make it a bit more difficult, but the Arsenal had that mentality of like, no, we're here to leave a statement, So back of that, I say 3-0.
Another game on that night is Madrid v Napoli, or Napoli v Real Madrid. So I'm not too sure how many devices you men have got with your Sky or Virgin hooked up, or whatever you watch the sports on. But there's 3 games there that I want to watch at the same time. You know what I mean? So Napoli v Real Madrid. We've got Osimhen. He scored the game yesterday, and we're going to touch on Osimhen in a little while. And we've got Bellingham for Real Madrid, who also scored yesterday. 2 players who easily £100 million players, euros, whatever currency we're using. Scoreline prediction, or how do we think that game might go?
You know what? Yeah, Napoli since like the end of since this season, I think they're kind of hit and miss. You're just not sure what you're going to get with them. Like, they can turn it up, but they can also get distracted and they play the occasion rather than the actual match. I reckon Real Madrid will turn up for this one almost as the underdog, but they will play with the mentality of an underdog and probably nick a 1-0 win, I reckon. That's what I could see happening in that game.
You think Real Madrid's the underdog? Yeah, Napoli.
I think they could be seen as the underdog, as in like Napoli.
Well, they come off a draw and a win, Madrid, a 0-0 and then a 3-0 win. Napoli have come off back-to-back wins. They've got the better form slightly.
I think over the course of let's say the last 18 months, Napoli have been like one of the premier teams in Europe.
They have.
So I think I don't think Real Madrid will be favourites for the game. So I reckon if they nick a 1-0 win, that's a good result.
I'm gonna go with 2-0 Real Madrid. Bellingham to definitely get 1.
All right, 1-0, 2-0. Slammer?
I'm gonna probably agree with your scoreline, score prediction. I fancy Real Madrid. I feel Napoli, amazing team, but with the controversy surrounding Osimhen and the fact that player for player and in the long haul, I think Real Madrid have got a bit more quality about them.
I think in this game both teams will take a draw. So somehow I think it might be 1-1 or 2-2. I don't think these 2 teams are going to want to hit each other too hard. I think they're going to want to progress and let the other 2 teams fall out into the Europa and out of the competition. So I'm going to think 1-1.
1-1?
Yeah, 1-1. I'm going to go for 1-1 myself.
Okay.
Yeah, so that brings us on to the following night. We've got Newcastle. I think this is their first Champions League home game in 21 years. And they're taking on PSG, 2023-24 PSG. Not 2019, 2020, today's PSG. And as Ali alluded to earlier on, it's not the same PSG.
So starting with you, Michael, what's your prediction on that?
I think that crowd at St James's Park is going to roar on Newcastle. And Newcastle, the past 2 games, clean sheets, scored at 8, scored at 2. Yeah, they are rampant. They changed their strikers. And the last 3 games, the managers changed the striking lineup totally each game. So Wilson, Isak, and whether it's Gordon, they've got such a variety up top, and they all seem to be scoring. In the league, Wilson and Isak have both scored 4. It's competitive, and I know Wilson, he's always hungry. I listen to his podcast, and he's just that greedy goal scorer. So imagine he's actually somehow sharing the loads and being happy. So I think Newcastle are going to turn PSG over, and I want them to turn PSG over. I want it to be 3 or 4-1. I'm going to go 3-1 Newcastle.
3-1 Newcastle.
Yeah.
You took the words right out of my mouth in regards to St James's Park. the atmosphere, you know, down there is crazy. You know, for anyone, it's not a nice place to go.
No.
You know, a cold night in Newcastle.
There you go.
You know, adapting to that kind of climate change, it could throw them off. And as you said, PSG, they're not the, you know, same PSG, you know, 2-3 seasons ago, without Neymar and, you know, Messi and, you know, all their big boys. Obviously they got Mbappe, you know, but
he didn't score yesterday.
Yeah.
0-0.
Yeah.
You
know, I feel his PSG days are coming to an end. But away from that, I fancy probably, I'll say a 1-0 to Newcastle. I think they might sneak in, yeah.
And I'm going to agree with both of you guys. I think Newcastle are going to cause an upset. I think a lot of people would just say PSG, but I think Newcastle will definitely nick it. Like you said, the climate, I think it's going to be cold. The atmosphere in the stadium, I think the change in the front three is taking time to gel, man. They have got a good strike force. I think the new players they brought in are quality players, but it's going to take time for them to get to know each other and how they play. So, yeah, I would say 2-1. I think PSG might get one, but I think Newcastle might nick it.
Yeah, man, I can see Newcastle getting this win. I'm gonna surprise you guys, and I reckon they'll win at 5-1.
Big score, like.
Yeah, big score. I reckon they're gonna get a few goals.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5-1 Newcastle for that game.
Disheartened PSG.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we've got one more Premier League team in the Champions League that night, and that's Man City. They're away at RB Leipzig, who are, you know, they turn up when they're ready.
They beat Munich on the weekend. They beat him on the weekend. I forgot the score, but I think it was 2-0 last time I checked.
Saying that what? Like, no, they didn't beat them.
They didn't beat them?
It ended 2-2.
Oh, 2-2, apologies. Yeah, I
They
see
took
when
a
it was
2-0 lead.
2-0. Yeah, they took a 2-0 lead.
Well, and you know, City.
Sane scored a banger.
City have been conceding goals first lately.
And they've lost their last 2 games.
In 2 different competitions. So it'd be nice for them to lose a hat-trick of games in 3 different competitions. I wonder when the last time Pep has lost 3 games on the spin.
And then hopefully 4.
Because they're playing Arsenal on the following Sunday. Hey, this could be a fun week, but getting back to the game, how do you think that game's going to go, Abby?
I think they've lost to. I think they've lost to the way I watched the documentary where Pep drills into his players at behind the scenes, and
But after a loss, man, he goes crazy, bro. So I don't know, man. I think it's time to turn it around now. They've had a couple losses. Yeah, I think they'll win this one. Probably 2-0 City.
Yeah, I want to go for City to win this one, 3-1.
3-1. I'm going RB Leipzig. I'm going for a City loss. I think hopefully the manager for RB is doing his homework right now and saying I'm going to exploit that midfield. Oh my gosh, Rodri's playing.
Or just make sure.
Rodri's playing. No, Rodri's playing.
That changes everything.
Rodri's playing.
but if Ake's playing, just make sure you got a fast right winger.
But you know what? I'm going to go 1-1. Yeah, I think that manager might be doing some sort of homework behind to just rattle City and try and go for get a draw.
What about you, Sam?
Yeah, you know, I agree with what you said. Making that statement of Pep, you know, they've got elite mentality in terms of coming off the back of 2 elite. You know, coming off the back of 2 losses. I don't think he's going to want to take. Yeah.
Knowing that Arsenal's going to beat
them.
You know,
it's Arsenal to follow him. He's going to be on them. So I say Alvarez 1-0, Man City.
You know what, Alvarez, the free kick he scored on the weekend. We've got a few minutes left, but the free kick that he scored on the weekend, the guy's a baller, man. We have shouted him out a few times.
Yeah.
I was consistently scoring, man.
He's actually one of the players of the season, man, so far.
Yeah.
He should have.
He should have been in our team.
In that team, man.
Yeah. If we had the 12th man, it'd be Alvarez.
Yeah. Wait, who was the striker?
I said Nunes.
Potentially.
And Jamie.
Alvarez.
Potentially, you could switch that.
And we've got the West Ham forward and Wolves forward.
Yes.
Alvarez could easily take one of their places, you know.
Guys, it's that time of the show. This is Blast from the Past. And today I'm going to be doing Blast from the Past. And the person who I'm thinking of was a player that he caught my attention when he played for Sheffield Wednesday.
Di Canio.
Okay, can I give you some information? It wasn't Di Canio. I'll give you some information. This player that I'm Di Canio is good though. This player that I'm thinking of, he also played for Bradford, Derby, and Aston Villa, and he was a foreign player. Who is it? Who's this player?
Carbone.
You got it correct.
Wow.
I'll give you that. Cold player though.
Yeah,
Did you see my notes?
No, tell us about Carbone.
So Benito Carbone was an Italian footballer, midfielder, very good player. From my memories, that's what made me bring this player up, because I remember when I used to see Sheffield Wednesday, it was always him and Paolo Di Canio, but them two, the link up between them, I don't know whether it's because they're both from the same country or whatever, but they had a connection on the pitch, man. They scored goals, and yeah, they was just them two together was good to watch. And I remember that's when Di Canio scored that famous like it was like a scissor kick, wasn't it?
That was for West Ham.
That was for West Ham. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But it's a similar era. But yeah, Benito Carbone, good player, man. He caught my attention. And just wanted to big him up today. Shout out Benito Carbone.
Well, seeing as Mark's got that so fast, what is it that what jerks your memory
About Benito Carbone?
Yeah.
The fact that he was in the Premier League for a season before Di Canio came, and he was lighting it up, and he was one of the driving factors for Di Canio to come to Sheffield Wednesday in the first place. He had this ability to be able to like dribble past people like they weren't there.
He was good.
He had great finishing ability. He used to slap in some goals from outside the box, and he was just like one of the first foreigners in the Premier League that came to make a difference and change the way we look at football.
Someone at Sheffield Wednesday must have been putting some strings, because do you know who they were going to sign before? He's a Premier League maverick. And Sheffield Wednesday were going to sign him, but their Yorkshire rivals stole him, and then he was bought by Man United for 1.2 million, and he won back-to-back Premier Leagues. He's won FA Cups, got suspended. King Eric.
Come on.
Sheffield Wednesday were actually in talks to sign King Eric, and Leeds stole him, had him for a season, won the championship.
That's mad.
And Eric, the rest is history. So like what Sheffield Wednesday, and then they got, as you say, Carbone, Di Canio. Yeah, they were pulling strings from early.
Man like Cole Palmer.
I almost thought that's who he was going to shout. When he said Sheffield Wednesday, I thought, wow, Cole Palmer.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard Cole Palmer playing for Man City, it was over the radio. I was like, oh bro, what have they signed Cole Palmer?
I thought that as well.
Until I saw.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Okay, well that was a good one.
That was a good one, yeah.
Well, Mark's got that real quick.
Yeah.
And the aim of the game is to jerk people's memories and just remind them. But next week, not so quick. Yeah,
I've already got mine.
You got yours for next week?
Yeah,
So you know,
I can run it now, but we'll do that next week.
Yeah, we'll save it for next week.
The Onside Offside podcast, I'm not. This is my guest takeover. That's what we're gonna call it. The guest takeover question.
Slamming it down.
Yeah, slamming it down. So I got a question. Just it's a bit of a controversial question. Based at my fellow Gooners especially.
Let's go.
And the question is, the fans want to know. To be honest with you. Would you be happy if Arsenal won the Champions League this season, but Tottenham won the Premier League?
I'll leave you guys with that one. I'll leave you guys with that one.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Happy. God. Well, what other word? I'm gonna be extremely over the moon if Arsenal won the Champions League, because I can remember back in 2006 watching it with my dad. You know, and Sol Campbell got that hit. Everybody dived for the free kick. I was like, yeah, bro, yeah, I'll take that dive. And Sol got the header, and then Henri missed those 2 chances. And I think that night's just haunted me. You know what I mean? Like every time Chelsea have gone on to win it twice, Man City have won it, Man U have won it a couple of times in that time. Madrid have won it 4 or 5 times. Liverpool have won it. Everyone at Tottenham have got to a final, and I just feel like we've missed out. So I've seen Arsenal win the Premier League. Fortunately, I'm that old, and yeah. So Tottenham haven't won it. They haven't won a league title for 50 years, 60 years. Yeah. I won't begrudge them that if Arsenal were to win the Champions League. Okay. I would take that. I would.
Yeah,
do you know what? Like, I could have just given the short answer and just said yes, just one time.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be happy if Arsenal winning the Champions League and Tottenham winning the Prem.
I'm not happy with that last sentence. You know,
there's a lot more to it than that. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's a deep rivalry between Arsenal and Tottenham, and you just don't want to see them win. Sometimes, even if it costs you winning.
I'm going to do a shorts at the end of the amount of time you big up Tottenham. It sounds like you want to win, but carry on.
It doesn't sound like I want Tottenham to win. I'm actually explaining myself.
No, not today, but over the other weeks.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, we thought you was a Tottenham fan.
Yeah, I know, but you know we're reading it wrong. Like, I'm just appreciating like the fact that they've played well this season. But yeah, so sometimes the will to like not want them to win overrides the fact that you want to win something as a rival, and it kind of depends on how it's going. Like if Tottenham are just running away with the Premier League, it's like alright, whatever. But if it's close, you might want them to feel the heartache of nearly getting it and not getting it at the expense of us not winning the Champions League.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's got like a bit of a 2 sides to it when it's your rival. So
well, I don't want the pain.
It's like, or let's say for example, Arsenal were top of the league for most of the season.
Like last season.
Just like last season, and then Tottenham done what Man City done and came in and won it.
And Arsenal won the Champions League.
Right on the last day of the season, and they snatched it from us.
Yeah.
But we won the Champions League.
I'd have to take that. Because I've seen Arsenal win the Premier League. I'd have to take that. Myself.
Man. And you know, I said so what the fans were not. People ask me that all the time. And
let me intervene quickly. Yeah. Was your question because you already know your answer and you just wanted to see what fellow Arsenal fans thought?
It's not. It's just a question that comes up quite often. You know, because you know it's only 6-7 games in and Tottenham fans are getting a bit ahead of themselves and they're asking that question, you know, wow, we could be in a title race, you know. We're still got a whole 30 odd games left, but away from that. But to answer your question, I probably would agree, and overall, generally, I would say I'll take it because Champions League is more elite than the Premier League, and you know, like yourself, I'm old enough to be about, you know, in the Invincible era and before. So yeah, I'd probably take that because even though they could, we won the Premier League, but we won the Champions League, you know.
And we won the Premier League at White Hart Lane
and
Old Trafford and
Anfield. So you know that's something that can't be erased, you know. So yeah.
Are you not trying to convert me to Arsenal fan?
I'm being nasty. They supported London and getting my man to come to London.
Yes, I think deep down, he's really Arsenal fan.
I don't even. If you were to put a team on the league, I don't know, you know, not Arsenal.
He suits Chelsea still.
Yeah, I can see it.
Chelsea.
This week I'm a Luton fan. This week. Big up Luton
again.
Yeah, big up Luton.
As we come to the end of the show, we've got any other business, a section where we talk about things outside the Premier League, or it could be within the Premier League, but just anything that has stood out to us, and it might not necessarily be on the field of play. So this week we want to talk about the fact that Napoli have had some run-ins with their top striker, Victor Osimhen. And I just want to get the guys' thoughts on this situation, what's happened, because...
Well, what has happened?
So, basically Napoli, they put out a video on social media, and it was quite derogatory towards the race of Victor being a black man.
One of their players.
One of their main players. And
the guy that won the title for them last season.
Scored a number of goals.
All of the above. And he basically, he didn't like it, and he made it obvious that he was unhappy.
Rightly so.
With his treatment. So I just want to ask you guys.
Well, did they apologise?
They did.
They put out a statement without apologising. Because if we put the statement up, it's just a statement.
Even if they did apologise, does it justify?
No way, you can never justify.
Apology does. Listen, the guy's a footballer. It don't matter if you're black, white, whatever, Asian, whatever. If you're banging goals, bruv, and the fans like you. Last season, no one said nothing.
Or if you're doing your job.
Yeah, but even if you're not doing your job, you're the colour and the race that you are, and you're a professional footballer. They love him when he's scoring. Well, he was scoring last season, so they still love him. But
he still scored this week as well, and midweek.
He just needs to tell Napoli, all right, cool, I'm cutting that, and come to the Premier League, bro, because there's bare diverse. We're diverse here. We don't care about colour or race. Come to the Premier League, bro. That's what you need to do. Quit them and come to the Premier League.
If it were so easy.
My question to you guys, based on what's happened here, as a player or an individual of colour, and you know you're going to play in Italy, would you still go and play there, knowing what you could be faced with?
I'll answer that. Yeah, where was he playing before?
Where was Victor playing before?
I don't know, but he just appeared at Napoli and started banging goals for me. I obviously he was at a team, but I don't know. But my point in saying that was Napoli a stepping stone for him. If that's the case, I can understand why he moved there. However,
I think he's bought for big P's, maybe not a stepping stone.
But what I'm saying is he won at a major club, so I'm saying Napoli was a step up in terms of his career for him. Course. But he doesn't deserve to have all these things thrown at him.
I hear Mark's question because a number of countries, if you think about it, before going there, you're aware of the reputation of the fans, of the media. Like if you come to this country, you know that, wow, your team's going to be scrutinised. If you perform well, they might raise you up a bit, but once you're out clubbing or doing something wrong or getting too many red cards or doing something that's not socially accepted, they'll be on you like a ton of bricks. So going to Italy, I'm fully aware, as a football fan, maybe there's not too many football matches I'd want to attend to in some places in Italy because I'm aware of incidents that have happened in the past. So as a football player, I guess you are aware that, wow, if you perform, you're going to be lauded, and if not, you're due to have objects thrown at you and insults. And unfortunately, that's how it is in a number of countries in Europe. And where it is the punishments that are given out to these clubs are not severe enough. They're not deterrents. Like it won't stop what they get a £10,000 fine, a 2-game ban playing behind closed doors. It's not enough. It doesn't hit the club enough for them to punish the fans or somehow get it to stop. So unfortunately, it's going to happen, going to continue happening. And would I go and play? More than likely, yeah.
You would?
More than likely.
Okay, you'd bring your family over there?
Well, that's a different question. Not all footballers take their families over when they go away, 2-3 year contract. They might not. Yeah. Would I take them? I don't know.
Okay.
But why should he not be able to take them?
I didn't say I would. But it could be a country I like. I might not necessarily take them. It could be somewhere that I don't mind going to, and there isn't much drama.
He just needs to leave. Anytime, if I was a footballer and I went abroad, anybody gives me something, I'm cutting. Especially if I'm the star man.
It's not that easy though, is it? You got a 5-year contract. Oh yeah, they were crushing me. I'm cutting.
No, but whoa! I'll say to my agent, bro, I want to move. I'm not happy here. Like, why am I playing for a club that are disrespectful? Like, it doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that it's easy to move. 'Cause I get it, but he must be unhappy because, you get me, it's uncomfortable to live. Remember, he's got to walk around in the streets and that, and you've got people making comments just for a man playing football. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Well, what's your view, Stamo?
Oh, man, you know, it's disappointing to see that in 2023, this day and age, such high level of racism. Okay, I know, agree with partly what you're saying. In some countries, most, there are levels of racism, but that is, the utmost disrespectful and, degrading
from his
form of it,
employees.
I don't understand their motive behind releasing, him having a coconut, and it was so blatantly racist. It wasn't even like it was done for banter or whatever the case is.
For context, check out the video as well.
Yeah, check it out.
See,
and it will anger you, even if you're not, a person of colour. But and I have to kind of agree with you in terms of the punishment should be. I'm not representing this club because none of you guys would work for a company, who are blatantly racist. Even behind closed doors, you would have something to say, and you wouldn't give your all to that company, So
that's it there. I guess you would down tools, but how does he down tools without?
I mean, I know it's not as easy as take a stand, because all it is, kind of like the VAR situation. Okay, a statement is released or an apology, but what about it?
I think he took down. You have to check. I think he might have took down some of his socials that Napoli included in there. I think that was a start.
That's getting the ball.
What's your view of it? I mean, Mark's word.
It's techie, man, because I hear what you're saying about putting down the tools or not representing them, but a bit like what you were saying, he's contracted to them and he's an asset and he's got to do what's right for his future and his family's future, yeah? So he's got to play he's got to play this right so that he doesn't lose out. Yeah, so what I'm basically trying to say is, if he wants to get out of the club, there's ways of getting out of the club. Yeah, he can't just stop and say I'm not playing for them. Mostly because he's got nobody within the club who will support his actions. Yeah, so that if he had that, let's say a few more people that would actually be like, you know what, if he's not playing, I'm not playing, or I'm gonna stand with him on this. Then it's a different ball game. But I kind of feel like he would just be like, they'll be like, alright, cool, we turn our back on him, and it will make him look bad, and then all of a sudden his value goes down, and then no one wants to buy him. And
I think
for the price that Napoli
this could be some random tactic from. I don't think it is, but this is a way out for him now. Actually, it could be a way out for him. And a team will pay 100 mil for him. Once you've got Chelsea and Man City out there, someone's paying 100
could he just throw it out there? Could he be Benzema's replacement for Real Madrid? Because they're missing. They're missing. Yeah, but
no.
You say that, but Vinicius Junior ain't.
Pardon?
Is that debuts?
Yeah.
I'll take that back.
I think it happens weekly. We just get used to it.
You just need to come Premier League. That's it. You come Premier League, bro. I'm telling you, I'm from London. London's cool. You get what I'm saying?
It's improved. There's incidents.
There's racism everywhere. So I'm not disputing that. But what I'm saying is, in London, you can't go to a man and say something crazy because it will just end crazy. You get what I'm saying? But there's racism everywhere. But you should come London because people can't just talk like that.
What team do you want him to join, bro? You said them come London like you support a football team.
Well, not London, England. Come England.
But the thing is, I think the big problem here, though, is that their institution are not doing anything about it, and it's almost as if to say that they think it's alright as well. It's the norm, and it's their culture, and this is the problem, that he's gone somewhere where they think this is alright, and they're looking at him like, what are you making a big song and dance about this for?
Oh, you made us take it down, bro. Ain't that enough?
You know what I'm saying? And it's not right, man. And I feel like for his own like progression, he needs to like probably look elsewhere and just get himself out of the club and get out of that country.
Well, and I think he's in the perfect position because he's world class.
He is.
You know, he's world class. He could walk into pretty much any team at the moment and start. So, you know, finding another club isn't, an issue. It's not going to be hard for him. It's just how he goes about doing that. I don't want him to get isolated and then holding the fact that he's got a 5-year contract or whatever the case is, and you know he's just isolated and having to train by himself, and you know, because that for your mentality, you know, for your mental health is not good, you know.
100%.
But also waking up and representing, that's why he took, you know, his images down, because why am I gonna post about millions of fans and whatever else? And you know, I know you're saying about people not supporting him, but people maybe in Italy or Napoli, the club, they don't want to shoot themselves in the foot, but football as a whole, as a community, need to step in and be like, you know, that was.
And this is what I mean about the governing body, like the Italian, what is it, FA? Like what are they? The Italian FA, like they're
governors, yeah.
They're a governing body. If this was the Premier League, they would have stepped in to do something about something like that. So like whether the team might have got docked some points or something like that. Yeah. But the fact that they see this as okay makes it seem as he's alone in this. And up until now, I haven't really seen anybody stand up for him or come to his defense.
Okay, so that's the end of episode 8. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow. Big shout out to Slammer for coming on, bro. We appreciate you. You get what I'm saying? Definitely nice having a different personality on the show. You get what I'm saying? That's my bro. I've known him for a long time. Definitely knows a lot about football. Make sure you follow up Slammer. Slammer, what's your socials, bro?
Socials, man. DJ_Slammer, SLAMMA. Okay.
And we'll put Slammer's socials on the page, so make sure you check them out. Make sure you follow him up, please. That's my brother. Shout out Maestro and shout out Marts all the time. Yeah, we hope you guys liked it. Make sure you stay tuned for next week's episode, which will be episode 9. We appreciate you guys. Peace and love. We out.
Cheers.